Hey, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I was browsing Twitter just a little bit ago, and I was told last night that Chantal wanted to do sleep streams. And when I first heard that, I thought, maybe that's just Foodie being lazy. She's wanted to do the sleep streams before. She got the idea because there was another streamer by the name of Ice Poseidon that did a sleep stream and he made about $6,000. But the reason why he made so much money is because he set it up to be very interactive. People could pay $100 to play song clips to keep him awake all night. They were having fun trolling him, and he made a lot of money with that sleep stream. And then later on, when Foodie decided to do a sleep stream at the villa, she did not set it up to be interactive. She just set it up. She laid in bed. She turned out the lights. And then she was essentially watching her TV on the other side of the room to see if people were giving her money. It was supposed to be a 12-hour stream. It went on for about 4 hours. And then when she realized she wasn't going to get any money, she turned it off. So now we're back to talking about the sleep stream. Why am I pissed off about that? Well, it's because the reason why she wants to do the sleep stream. She said the reason why she wants to do the sleep stream is because just in case something happens to her, somebody watching will know that something has happened to her. So in essence, she wants to do sleep streams because she's afraid that, I guess, she'll pass away while she's sleeping. And if that happens, that someone's going to call 911 or call somebody. So let me get this straight, Chantal. Let me see if I got the story correct over here. You get on live stream and you showcase and you monetize, making your health worse. You expect people to watch. You expect people to donate and to give you money to make you sick. And now you're at a place where in order to get off the couch, you have to roll off the couch, literally rolling off the couch. And you can't go anywhere and you can't do anything without that doggone scooter. You're so limited in your own mobility, you can't do very much. You went on the treadmill the other day and you burned exactly 23 calories for 10 minutes. That's where you are. So you allowed yourself to get to a place where you're so unhealthy that you can barely move and barely breathe. And then you're also going to turn possibly a moment of losing your mortality into content. Do I have that right? That you want the camera to be on when you might lose your life? Is that right? Yeah, she was walking just fine to the gym. Yeah, but she also made the comment, oh, I want people to watch me sleep just in case something happens. So you don't care about your health, but you expect other people to care. You want to do a sleep stream on Kick, and you are expecting people to watch you while you sleep. And I did look into that. Y'all, I did look into the situation of, is she allowed to do sleep streams on Twitch and on Kick? Is that a thing? Is that okay? And this is what I found out. Let me share the screen really quick. Let's see. Okay, so apparently you can do sleep streams on Kick or Twitch, but there's a caveat here. Golden rules, Twitch or Kick. You must be in the correct category to do a sleep stream. No unattended content. Technically, you cannot leave the stream alone. However, sleeping is considered an exception as long as you have active moderation. So if she goes to sleep, that means the moderators have to be there while she's sleeping. The chat room cannot be without mods. Dress code, you must wear street clothes or appropriate pajamas. No visible or suggestive underwear. That includes you, Foodie. No coming on camera without your panties on, ma'am. And you're known to do that. Location. Sleep in a normal bed. No dangerous places. It's 100% allowed. It encourages this type of in real life content. Safety. You cannot put your life at risk. Moderation. Your chat must be moderated 24 hours a day. If someone posts something illegal in chat while you are sleeping, you are responsible. The big danger, media share. The main way to earn money in Sleepathon is through media share. Viewers pay to play videos, audios, and wake you up. Critical ban risk. If a viewer donates to play a video with prohibited content, nudity, violence, heavy copyright, and you are sleeping, it plays on stream. You don't cut it out because you're sleeping, immediate ban. So somebody could come in there and play something that's a big no-no and get her whole channel removed. So is it safe to do these sleep streams, Foodie? I don't think so. And I don't think you have enough mods that they'll be in there for 8 to 12 hours while you're sleeping, because you do sleep for about 10 to 12 hours a day. I don't think they have that kind of energy nor that kind of time to make sure that nobody posts some nonsense up in there. But going back to what I was saying earlier, so Foodie, you're over there ruining your health, making yourself sick. And you come up with this great idea to do sleep streams, just in case something happens. I got to ask a question. Did one of your death fat feeders come up with this idea? I mean, I think it's creepy enough that the 2 days that you were missing, one of them was in your chat talking about they had a police scanner on your house to see if there was a call to your house, see if something had happened to you. It seems like some of the death fat feeders, they're on death watch with you. And maybe they're talking to you and saying, hey, this is part of our fetish. So can you do sleep streams in case something happens? Because we want to see the very last second that you're alive. And yeah, that is sick. That is very sick, but that's what death fat feeders do. They feed you until you pass away. So it was not really a far stretch to think about a death fat feeder saying, hey, do some sleep streams, because if something happens to you, we want to see the exact moment you take your last breath. So that's just outrageous to me, Foodie, that you're thinking about sleep streams. You're saying, just in case something happens. Well, here's the thing. What if something does happen? What if you are doing a sleep stream and somebody notices you're not breathing anymore? By the time they pick up the phone and call 911, it's already too late. You're gone. What can they do? What can anybody do? What can strangers do on the internet for you? So you want everybody to watch you get sick. And now you come up with this idea that you want them to watch you sleep. And if something happens to you in your sleep, you want them to watch you DIE. You want everybody to be concerned for you. You want everybody to watch. But you're not willing to take care of yourself. You want the whole world to watch you and be concerned for you, but you're not concerned for yourself. You're just making yourself worse. Like, I've been calling you out for years about the feeder shit. Here's what I think happened, Chantal. I think that you wandered onto YouTube. You made a YouTube channel. You wanted to be somebody. You wanted to make some money. That's normal. And so you made a YouTube channel and you were doing all kinds of content, you know, like a lot of other people do. You were trying to figure things out. You didn't know what kind of content would hit. You did makeup hauls. You did makeup looks. shopping hauls. You did vlogs with your grandma. You were going out with Rena. You were doing all kinds of things. And then you found the mukbang content. The mukbang trend was hot. And you hopped on the back of a trend. And then you started noticing your views were going up and your money was going up. And you're like, aha, I found the golden road. So you started doing more of the mukbangs, even though you shouldn't have, because you have a food addiction. You've got a problem with food. You've had a problem with food even before YouTube. And because you started doing the mukbang shit, the feeders found you. They were wandering on YouTube and they saw you and said, ooh, I want to subscribe up to that person. So they joined up on your channel and then they started reaching out to you privately. And that's when you started doing the feeder content. And it just went from there. So you went from doing YouTube content to feeder content, and then you branched out a bit. You started doing more adult fetishes in full view of the public. The BDSM stuff, the flashing, the poo talk, just flashing parts of your body, coming on camera intoxicated. All of those are adult fetishes. The adult baby shit. You were doing adult content on regular social media because you did not want to go on an adult site where it should have been and have it there privately, and then you would have to advertise it somewhere else and bring in traffic. By being on regular social media, A, you didn't have to deal with the competition. B, you wouldn't have to advertise it. The platforms did the work for you. So you did what you did. You attracted the feeders. They found you. They started giving you money. They started floating you. And it's gotten progressively worse. And now where are you? You're over 500 fucking pounds. You are sick. You're getting worse. And you're not backing away. And I want to show y'all something else. Because we got some Twitter peeps to go over. But I want to show this to you real quick. So there's going to be a couple of retro reacts that we do today. You know, like I've been looking in different places for different videos. And there was one in particular that I really wanted to find. And I really found it. But y'all check this out. Miss, I'm 300 something pounds. Look what I found. What's this? Remember these videos, Foodie? Back in the day, you did several of these. And this was back, look at the date, 2019. And you were claiming to be 400 pounds then. How much do you weigh now, for real? You've got to be over 5. So how are you in the 300s now? And why were you doing these videos, my 400 pound life, if you weren't 400 pounds? Why are you lying to people? Yeah, there it is. Those are her titles. These are her videos. There's a site called foodiebeauty.site. That's what I'm reacting to today. There is a web page that's kind of like a partial archive of foodie beauty stuff, and that's where I'm going. There's a lot of great stuff there. But there's several of these, my 400 pound life videos. So you were 400 pounds back in the day. You've got to be over 500 now, probably pushing close to 6. So you lying. But you were 400 pounds then. You're close to 500 now, maybe over 5. But the fact that you have the audacity to come up with this idea of, I want to do sleep streams, but not just for the purpose of making money, which is normal for you. You need to make money. You're an addict. Addicts always need money, especially for severe addictions. You want people to watch just in case something happens to you. You know, on Kick, you're not paid by subs, y'all. You're paid by views. And Foodie's a lazy bitch. So in Foodie's mind, she wants to do a sleep stream because if she's sleeping for 8 hours, I don't know how many views that would be, but she's getting paid by views. It's just easy money. She can go to sleep and make money. And that would be fine if that's all she wanted. But then she adds to that, oh, I want you guys to watch in case something happens to me. That's very manipulative. You know, throwing it out there. Something might happen to me. I might pass away in my sleep. Therefore, you should watch me. Playing on people's concerns. Like she's doing a soft launch of this idea. You're not just watching me sleep. I want you to watch me sleep in case something happens to me.
Unknown caller.
You know what? Mr. fucking phone, you're going off. Yeah, I don't want to watch her kick off either. And I think it's sick. If that is her reason for doing the sleep streams, it is sick. And if somebody in her group put her up to it because they're a death fat feeder and they want to see her pass, they're really, really fucking sick. And she does have some sick ass people over there. They know how sick she is. They know she's a food addict. And yet they keep sending her PayPal donations, knowing exactly what she's going to do with them. They know about her high blood pressure. They know about her high blood sugar. And yet they keep sending her money. And they buy her food. They watch her roll off the couch. And they still won't stop. Yeah, they're paying her first. And you know what? You know what the crazy thing is? I remember a while back, I said to somebody, I'm like, you know, Foodie is someone that she lives her life in front of the camera. And it would make sense that she wants to pass away in front of the camera because then she wouldn't be alone. She's a star. And she's like, I live my life in front of the camera. Therefore, I'm going to pass in front of the camera. She wants everyone to watch her pass. And I'm sorry, I'm not interested, Foodie. I don't want to see that. I'm not into snuff films, ma'am. We have been watching a snuff film, y'all, when we watch Foodie's content. This is a snuff film in slow motion because she's unaliving herself little by little by little. It's a snuff film. It's self-harm content. I don't think anybody can dispute that. She's sick and she could get help, but she doesn't want help. So what can you do? No, it's not funny. I'm not laughing. It's everything over there is serious. And she tries to make it seem like it's not serious. Like it's just a big joke when it's not a big joke. But just really, Chantal, you want to do sleep streams and your purpose is because people should be watching me in case something happens to me. So you're going to turn your audience into your caretakers. Like they're supposed to be your nurses and like look after you. And if something happens, they call 911. Who's going to call? Does anybody have your address? Do they know where you live? Can they get on the phone fast enough? You want people to watch, but does anybody have your personal information? Nobody does, except for a few people. And are they going to be around if that moment happens? I always say the rescue efforts to get her out of the apartment will make it to the local Ottawa news. Like even if somebody were right there and something happened to Chantal, and even if they got on the phone, by the time somebody got there, it's already too late. And here's something else from me. Chantal, if you have genuine concerns about your health, if you are afraid for your own mortality, if there's something in your brain that is telling you things are really serious. If you have that much concern, then it's time to find BG a new home. If something is telling you something might happen, the kindest thing you can do is prepare for that moment whenever it happens and just go ahead and find BG a home right now. If you're getting to a place where you can't take care of yourself, find BG a new home. If you care about that cat at all, that's what you'll do. Thank you, Yelly. Yesterday's whole live was absolutely disturbing. The content is getting a movie theme, leaving Ottawa, Canada vibes. Teardrop will call Shmi. I don't think Shmi would do anything. Something's wrong with that family anyway. How can you be a mother and continue to clean the house of your daughter when she's 42 years old? Something ain't right with that family. They see what's going on. They know that something is wrong, and they're not saying a word. Either Foodie has pissed them off to the point where they are like hands off with her, or something's seriously wrong with them. How can you be a mother and still clean the house of your daughter? And you think that's normal? You know, you're not telling her to grow up and clean her own house? Even on a slider born possible. Like, you need a couple of them. We got some stuff to go over on Twitter. Let me catch up on 1.25. Okay, fair enough. We got some stuff on Twitter. A couple of videos that I want to watch through foodiebeauty.site, because I found the two that I was looking for. So let's get into some brief Twitter peeps, y'all, and then we can get into the rest of the stuff. All right, so here we go. I just showed you guys that. Kalea says, it's getting crazy. I just saw a clip on here where she went to the bathroom in her pants. It really looked like she did, and I've never seen that she would have the issue of it coming out, but she always tried to go to the bathroom. She just sat there and went. Doc Remy LeBeau says she just crapped her pants right there on the couch. Yeah, and we saw the clip yesterday where she sniffed the couch. I don't know why she would do that. But that's what her content has become. Her messing the couch and then sniffing the couch. Yeah, there was a lot yesterday. Probably a lot of gross shit. But let's watch this.
Uh-oh, I think the cherries are taking effect.
Girlfriend, if eating cherries gives you diarrhea, there's something going on with your insides. How is it that other people can eat fruit and they don't have mad diarrhea, but you do? How is that possible? I don't think it was the cherries. I think it was the other stuff with the cherries. I really think so.
Uh-oh, I think the cherries are taking effect.
No reaction. Oh, there it is. There's the poopy face. There it is. And this is what your content is anymore, Chantal. This is what we're watching. This is what people watch when they watch you. You sealing on the couch, you shitting your pants, shitting yourself in public, wanting to shit in public, stuffing yourself full of food, making yourself ill, buying dessert, stuffing yourself full of that. And then you want people to be concerned for you and watch you during a sleep stream. People are supposed to just watch you for 8 to 12 hours while you sleep. Like they ain't got nothing else to do? Like they don't have jobs and families and other activities they could be doing? Boy, you're asking a lot of your audience, aren't you? Isn't it enough that they gave you $10,000 to get your ass back to Canada? And they got you started, but now you're saying, on top of everything you've done for me, I'm going to ask you to do one more thing. If I do sleep streams, I want y'all to watch for hours while I'm sleeping, while I'm resting. I don't want you guys to rest. I want you to watch me just in case something happens. Ain't nobody got time for all that. Yeah, a sleep stream is a fetish content. She knows these viewers be doing what they watch. Yep. She's all about the fetish content. She started off doing regular content on YouTube, and then slowly over time, her YouTube channel became a fetish channel. All kinds of fetishes. And that's all she cares to do is that fetish content. Doing the adult content. And I don't know what the death fat feeders got in her ear. And they said, hey, we know you're ill. Can you do a sleep stream? That way, in case something happens, when you take your last breath, we can watch. That'd be great. And yes, there are sick people in the world that would want things like that. They want to see that moment. They see how sick she's getting, and I believe they're putting their foot to the gas pedal because they want to see the finish line. They're like pushing her towards that end.
Uh-oh, I think the cherries are taking effect.
You know what? I don't even care anymore. You know, it's pretty sad when her shitting her pants is such a normal occurrence that it doesn't shock you anymore. It just doesn't. It happens every stream or just about every other stream, her pooping her pants. She goes out, she poops her pants, or she nearly poops her pants. She's at home, she poops her pants on the couch. Where does she not poop her pants? Is there anywhere that she goes where she's not like crapping her pants? It happens all the time. It's a regular occurrence with Foodie. Kelly says, Foodie Beauty, you are so delusional. Yes, she's bigger than you, but you're not that far behind. If you keep going the way you are, that's your future. So she was talking about another content creator, about how big she was. So let's watch.
Saw Planet with a palette. Yes. I couldn't get over it.
Okay, so this is this person. I don't know this content creator. I've never watched their content, never heard about them. But I guess in this stream, they were talking about this individual. So that's who they're talking about.
I saw her on her scooter. Like, it gets to a point where it's just sad. Yeah, I get that.
And there's the comparison. Is she bigger than Foodie? Foodie may be shorter than this person. Foodie looks like she's a little bit shorter, but it's so hard to tell. I don't, like I said, I don't know this person. I don't know how much they weigh. I know nothing about them. But they look like they're a little bit taller than Chantal. But people do carry weight differently. But Foodie, for being 5 feet tall, ma'am, you're looking like a 1x1 Lego block or a Minecraft villager NPC. I wouldn't be opening my mouth if I were you. You went from being a circle to a square. You're getting all the dimensions.
like her body, her stomach is touching the handlebars of her scooter.
And yours doesn't? And more comparisons? Like, is there really much difference between these two ladies? Yes, the woman on the left is looking a little bit bigger, but Foodie is not really trailing by much. You know? Like, Foodie does not look like she's far behind this particular woman. It looks like she would catch up pretty quickly. You know? They look like they are very, very close to the same size. Very close. Yeah, the other lady looks taller, true. That's what I'm said. The one on the left, she looks like, I don't know how tall she is. I would say, what, 5'6", 5'7"? She looks pretty tall. And Foodie is very short. And that does make a difference. When you're short, a little bit of weight looks like a lot more. So I'm taking that into account too. All right, so that's it for that. Moving on. Flashing Pondu says, here are the photos where Chantal apparently weighs less than now. Okay, let's see. So a lot of these are from the villa. This was back when she was about 400 pounds. She don't look that way anymore. Jen says, thanks to Tat Von B for posting some of the screenshots of Foodie. One from the side. I did a comparison of the Japanese lady that is on a mission to gain weight, and she's 418 pounds in this photo. Very close to Foodie's height. Foodie claims to be 40 pounds lighter. Nope, bigger. So again, I don't know this individual over here. Never heard of her. But she claims to be 418 pounds, and look at Foodie. So the one on the left, 418 pounds, and Chantal is bigger than her. So Chantal is actually bigger than this female. If she's 418 pounds, what is Foodie? How much is she weighing? She's got to be rocking the 500s. All right, let's keep going. Oh, and this moment happened, y'all. So, new achievement unlocked for being disgusting. She ate candy off the floor like a toddler. Yeah, that happened. Raised Dactylion says, floor candy, eating found candy off the floor is such a fat thing to do. So she found this peppermint candy on the floor and she's like, oh, I should just pop this in my mouth, even though I don't know where it's been and what's happened to it. An animal could have peed on it. I don't care. I'm going to eat it anyway because why not? It's candy. Embrace yourselves, everybody. She's back to trying to trigger Girl World with animal content. Doc Remy LeBeau says, Shades of Kuwait. This is just a short clip. This went on for several minutes. Foodie Beauty thought she heard a cat in distress in the bushes and was trying to call it over or find a way to get to it. And the idiot Beezers were right there egging her on. She'll never learn.
Hello. Damn it, I can't get down there. I can't get that cat. It's probably maybe a stray has her kittens there.
Chantal, you already have a cat and you don't take care of it properly. And you want to bring another one up to the house? You're over there talking about, if I do sleep streams, I want you all to watch me just in case something happens. And you're not making preparations for BG in case something does happen to you. And you want to bring another animal up to the house for what? To grift off of? To scam with? You don't need to be collecting animals right now. You need to be fixing yourself. You bring animals around you, they depend on you. And the thing is, you're not a dependable person. You're not a responsible person. You just collect animals the way other people collect stamps or knickknacks. And then once you collect them, you no longer care about them. You just use them as props. Don't bring any more animals around you.
Sounds like a baby.
Yeah, you don't need a baby anything.
Cat food on you at all.
I don't know why the Beezers are encouraging her to get another freaking animal. Doc Remy LeBeau says Chantal had fully left the scene and the idiot Beezers talked her into scooting back to try to find these supposed distressed kittens. She thought she saw her next PayPal scam, but was too big to go into the bushes for the payoff. I love that. I love the fact that she was just too unhealthy to go get those kittens. Well, at least her weight served one positive purpose. It kept her away from animals.
You need canned food? Could be like a litter of kittens with their mom. You know, they were always crying. Hello?
You know, I don't know if there were actually cats in that little bit of bush there, but obviously the cat distribution system looked at her and said, no way. If there was a cat there and it was meant to be, it would come running out. But the cat distribution system looked at her and said, no, ma'am, not today. We gave you chances. You failed every single one. We're not bringing another one to you. It wasn't meant to happen. You can just go on about your business.
It sounds like a bird. Hello? I can't see shit.
Good. Missed opportunity. It's too bad there wasn't poison ivy right there. Let Foodie go walking around in some poison oak or some poison ivy. That would have been fun. That would have been fantastic.
I don't know how to get to it. I don't know
Good. You shouldn't get to it.
how to get. Look how it's like a steep ravine.
Good.
And then it's all grass. I can't walk through that.
Good. You don't need an animal. Take care of the one you got first. I don't know if that was a bird or a kitten or a cat or what, but if there was an animal in there, she didn't need it. Doc Remy LeBeau says, why do my eyelids feel like they have rolls on them? Well, you know, because they kind of do. But let's see.
Why do my eyelids feel like they have rolls on them?
Because they kind of do. You got your own built-in sun visor.
Why do my eyelids feel like they have rolls on them?
Well, because if you're having B moments at night, you're gaining weight every day, and your body is running out of places to put that fat, Chantal. That's why you got the fat on the forehead situation. That's why you've got heavy eyelids. Your body's like, you keep piling on the weight, and there's nowhere for us to put it. We have run out of places. We are maxed out, and yet you won't stop. Lola5 says it's not the beezer's responsibility to watch the beast and call 911 if she croaks in her sleep. Does Foodie Beauty think they'll all have her address memorized or saved? LMAO FFS. Sign up for hospice at least. Don't make it your mission to DIE on Kick. Kalea says, guys, Chantal really said she wanted to do sleep streams now because if she passes away, at least someone would know. I saw this on Garlic's channel. It's actually very sad if she said it like that. I'm sure that Chantal is worried about her mortality, but I think she's a scammer and a grifter, and she's just trying to find any way in the world to make extra money. So she wants to do sleep streams because that's easy content. She ain't got to do nothing but sleep. That's the easiest thing in the world, to go to sleep. But she's also attaching the tagline, oh, I want people to watch in case something happens to me. She's attaching emotions, and she's attaching stress and concern to the streams. Her beezers are emotionally caught up in her. So if she does a sleep stream, if she says that beforehand, people will be watching. They'll be afraid not to, just in case something does happen to her. And I think that's very cruel to do that to people, to get them so concerned that they're like, I have to watch. Something might happen to Chantal. It's unfair to ask people to be more concerned for you and your health than you are. If you don't give a damn, then nobody else should either. Doc Remy the Beau says she found a peppermint candy on the ground in the hallway and ate it. And now she's feeling sick. Let's see, that's what's going on here.
What if a hater poisoned my floor candy?
Sure, Chantal. Like, someone's going to fly all the way to Canada, somehow get inside your apartment building, even though you got an elevator, you need a key card, and we're going to plant a peppermint right outside your door, knowing that you're going to eat it. Okay. We're going to go through all that trouble just to get you to eat some disgusting candy. All right, so that's it for the Twitter peeps. Now let's go on to the retro part of this react. And I found a couple of really great videos. Let me just get out of here so I can keep track of things. Where are we going first? Now, I've been looking for this video for a minute. It's a video that Chantal did for her channel when she was still technically a baby channel. She was at 1,000 subscribers. And she did a tips and advice video on how to grow a channel, like what tricks you can use to get people to watch you. And boy, did it age like milk. But you guys are going to see like where her thinking was at as far as how to grow a channel and get people watching. Spoiler, she encourages clickbaiting and lying. But nowhere in the video does she say, do great content. If you build it, they will come. She doesn't talk about doing fantastic, entertaining, engaging content. No, it's all about tricking the algorithm and using search words to put yourself in the algorithm. So I just thought that'd be an interesting watch today, along with another one. Look at that. This is like classic Foodie. But I just want to show you like how scammy she is and how scammy she's always been. Like, she's not about doing great content. It's about doing lackluster content and finding tricks to get people to watch you and sub up to your channel. Yeah, the long head. So let's get started with this. Hold on. There we go.
Over 1,000 subscribers.
Back up.
What's up? I know what you're thinking. I only have like over 1,000 subscribers, so why am I doing this video? And I've learned a few things along the way. I am still kind of a YouTube noob, but I have learned a few things, and I just wanted to share my thoughts with you on that. But first, drinking some toxic waste.
I just want to point something out. Something we haven't seen in a while. Y'all clock this. Foodie's got a gap between her teeth. There's nothing wrong with having a gap between your teeth, but back in the day, she had a gap between her teeth. She doesn't have that gap anymore because all the plaque. But her natural teeth, there's a little bit of a gap between the front teeth. That's how Foodie's teeth looked in the beginning, before all the eating and the mukbanging and all that shit.
And I know you missed my messy bun. Don't lie. It first made an appearance in my Q&A, so if you missed that, check it out. And no, I'm not just wearing glasses to make myself look smarter.
Yeah, well, you failed that way.
But it does help. Just a quick, this is not really an organized list or anything. It's just some random do's and don'ts that I can think of off the top of my head. Number one thing I have to say is a big don't is, and I see this often, and it's very common on YouTube, is don't ask for subscribers.
Yeah, don't ask for subscribers, y'all. No. Instead of asking for subscribers, buy subscribers. She went on to buy subscribers. She figured that part out. You want to grow your channel? Just go to a site and buy subs and buy views. She's still doing it. Her kick channel, her subs keep increasing. Isn't that weird? That her subs are increasing, but her views aren't. And then we remember what happened with her YouTube channel. She was trying to hit 100K to get the YouTube plaque. She couldn't get all the way there. So she went to another channel to help her out to reach 100K. So don't ask for subscribers, y'all. Foodie's way of doing it is go ahead and buy them, because who cares?
It's okay to do it in a video, like at the end, please subscribe, encourage your viewers to subscribe to you, but don't go on other people's channels asking for subscribers. Now, it doesn't really bother me personally if people do that, and I do sub to some people who ask me because I'm new too, and I believe in helping each other out. But the thing is that you're not really helping each other out in the end, and here's why. You can have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but not have that many views. So, for example, if you're asking somebody to subscribe to you and they're just doing it to be nice and supportive and they don't actually watch any of your videos, it's not really going to do much for you anyways. So I always see all these people in comments on popular videos, sub for a sub to me and I'll sub to you, I'll sub blah, 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 and it's like, but that doesn't help you because there are, I'm not gonna lie, there are people that have asked me to sub to them and I sub to them and I just really I just don't watch their videos, you can't force it. So at the end of the day, it's kind of counterproductive because those people will probably sub to you for a little while and then, okay, she has more subs, maybe she won't notice now and they'll unsub to you if you're not keeping their interest in the first place. So make sure you're getting people who genuinely want to subscribe to you and like your material.
Then again, how did her channel grow so much? Where did she get some of the views? Hate watchers. About 85% of the audience of people who watch Foodie, they hate watch her. It's not because they like her. and they're hate watching. She made a lot of money back in the day with the hate watching, and she didn't care because, you know, who cares? It doesn't matter if somebody's hate watching you. If they like you, you're still getting the view, you're still making the money. Made a lot of money off that hate watching. A lot.
So that's number one. Another thing you want to do is have really catchy thumbnails. Having success on YouTube, actually, you can just boil it down pretty much to think of how you think on YouTube when you're browsing YouTube. You're just mindlessly looking for something to catch your attention, right? A lot of the time. And a lot of the time, what you're going to go for is a catchy thumbnail. You're not going to go for somebody who has a, you know, thumbnail like this over a thumbnail like this. It's just how it is, you know. We are programmed to look at things that catch our attention and that catch our eye, and, you know, flashy, even clickbaity, you know.
There it is. We're getting started. So here she is. She's pretty much a brand new channel. At the beginning of this video, she said, my channel is at 1,000 subscribers. So fairly new. So beginning part of her channel, she was already thinking, I have to clickbait people. I'm going to have to use clickbait. She's encouraging people here to do clickbait, whether it's using thumbnails, titles. It's all about the clickbait. You know, I'm sure she did her homework about how can I grow my channel? How can I get people's attention? How can I get them watching me? Anything to get that attention, whether it's through titles, search words, shocking behavior. It's all about getting that attention. So 1,000 subscribers, and she's already thinking about clickbait versus, hey, let's do some great content. And if I do great content and word spreads, I'll get the attention anyway.
Is the way to go. Another thing, speaking of clickbait, I will say is use clickbait. I mean, it's okay to use clickbait. Clickbait has become such a dirty word on YouTube. And wait, I need to know.
And you know what, Foodie? What makes it even dirtier with you is that you use emotional clickbait. You're not just using clickbait, you're using emotional clickbait. You'll do titles like, I'm so sick, or I'm so tired, or I can't take it anymore, or who wants citizenship? You do emotional clickbait because those that are subscribed to your channel, they're going to rush over to your channel and be like, what's going on? What's the matter? And then you wait about 15, 20 minutes, and then you say, oh, there's really nothing wrong. I just wanted a lot of people here. And that's not nice. It is not nice to trick people to watch you.
Another toxic waste break. It's not a Diet Pepsi commercial, I promise. Clickbait has become a dirty word on YouTube. And there's a proper way to use clickbait, and there's an improper way to use clickbait.
And you use it improperly. It's one thing to ask for attention and want attention, but it's another thing to get people scared for you and concerned. And you do that all the time. Every title is an emotional clickbait title. People rush over to your stream. What's the matter? Are you okay? And there's really nothing wrong. You're not having an emergency. You just want a lot of people there so you can make money.
Improper way would be to put something in the title of your video that's very misleading and has absolutely nothing to do with your content. For an example of this would be a video where you say, oh my God, like story time, I almost got kidnapped and chased by a stalker. And meanwhile, it was just a story of how you went to the corner store and a 5-year-old boy, you know, chased you because they were playing and having fun. You know, like just really misleading titles that don't match up with the content of your video. What you can do, and the proper way to use clickbait, and I should probably do this more, but
yeah, exactly. Thank you, Inferno. So she's telling us to lie. She's a brand new channel, and she should have waited to do a video like this, and I'm not gatekeeping when somebody can do a tips and advice video of any kind, anywhere, for anything. But she's brand new channel. And she's saying to people, this is how you grow your channel. You lie and you mislead people and you exaggerate things. To hell with the content being entertaining or worthy. Start off things by lying. Get that attention. Get that view. Your content can be absolute pure garbage, but make sure to have that title. Make sure to clickbait people. Get them in the gate first. It's not the way you do it.
We're still learning is to take something in your story and kind of exaggerate it or emphasize something shocking or funny or very interesting that you do in your video or say in your video. Take those points and make it into an interesting title, you know? For example, you're using words that you want people to be attracted to draw them in and pique their interest, something unique. But at the same time, you also have to keep in mind, and this brings me to my next point, that you want catchy titles with keywords that are popular and very often searched for.
Okay, so she's confessing another part of the formula right here. That before she posts a video, she will go on YouTube and she will type in different types of videos and she'll see what different words are being used in the title, like search words. So encouraging the clickbaiting, but also encouraging the use of certain search words and following that up with tags. You can put tags on videos with certain words that if, say, somebody is on YouTube looking for a certain kind of video and they're using certain words for the search, your video will pop up in the search. So like using all these things to get attention and grow a channel. Let's clickbait. Let's use search words, popular search words, and let's use tags. Like Chantal has done so much content where we're doing mukbangs and she will put tags on those mukbangs that had no business being there, like BED recovery, BED disorder, overeating. So those people who might have had BED, they're looking for channels that maybe will support the recovery. And she's putting tags on her videos that might screw up their recovery. Oh, hey, Mike. What she means to say is humiliate yourself by telling people you went for a hookup. I love you, Mike. You're awesome, sir.
So that you're going to attract those views to your channel. You want to make sure that in your description, in your tags, and in your title, you want to use words that are highly searched for. Just go in the YouTube search bar and start typing in something that your video is about. So let's say you're doing an Ipsy glam bag review. You're going to type in Ipsy and you're going to see the searches and what pops up first. So you're going to want to go for those types of keywords that are in the search engine. Another big thing is, you can agree or disagree with me on this, because a lot of people don't do this and still get a fair amount of views, I should say. But I think that putting some time and effort into your videos, actually taking the time to edit, there's a lot of good free editing software out there.
And you know what? She used to make videos. What happened? I'll tell you exactly what happened. There was one year that she did a live with Peeps. It was on New Year's Eve. She was live for about, I think, like 6 hours. And she made $800 in super chats that night because it was her first live. Her beezers were excited. She's live for the first time, so she made a lot of money. And the moment that happened, the light bulb went off in her head. She's like, what am I doing? Why am I making videos and doing the editing and putting stuff together when I can go live, no editing required? I just got to open my mouth and talk. I get membership signups. I get super chats, and I'm monetized. It's like a triple win. So why do editing anymore? After that, all she did was go live. That's all she wanted to do. And that's exactly what she did do during Crackhead Olympics. Constant lives. 12 hours a fucking day. We couldn't keep up with her. But she's like, it was the ultimate in lazy doing the lives.
You can look up YouTube.
Now she wants to do sleep streams. She wants to make money on Kick, sleeping.
Videos on how to edit your videos, the software. I use a software called KindMaster, and I think it cost me $7.99, not a month, just flat out rate. And it's pretty good. I can use my green screen like I am now. I can add music. I can, add.
Did she actually say that, Inferno? Feeders don't want editing, so I don't care. Did she actually say that? When did she say that? And she's right, though. The feeders don't care about the editing. They care about what goes in her mouth. They don't care about a nicely edited video. She might as well have
titles. So it's very easy to use because I'm not technical savvy at all. So it's very easy to use, and you could check that out if you want. It's an app. I downloaded it on the Google App Store. Just put some music, put some titles, put some, edit out the ums and the ands and the anyways, I notice that I say, and anyways and a lot, and I try to edit out as many as I can. Sometimes I can't catch them in time, but I try to because it makes for a more pleasurable user experience.
This is crazy. Y'all are listening to her, right? Doesn't she sound a lot different? She had a coherent thought, and she could speak and make conversation here. And anymore, she can't do that. Like every third word is, you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But her speech pattern here is so different. She could actually talk here and relay a thought, and she can't do that now.
Experience to have those clean transitions in a video. Capiche? I think one of the last things I'm going to talk about is the frequency of uploading is important, because every video you put out there is a chance to get views, and you will get some views on every video you put out. That goes without saying. Maybe not many, but it's a chance, so upload a lot, upload frequently. People like consistency. People like to watch. Again, just think of your preferences as a YouTuber. You probably get annoyed with, how often do you go down your subscriber list and clean it out because this person hasn't uploaded in weeks, this person hasn't uploaded in months, sometimes a year. Upload as much as...
Oh, interesting fact about YouTube that you guys should know as a content creator. YouTube is a funny place. Did y'all know that if you upload too much, YouTube will punish you? But then again, if you upload too little, YouTube will also punish you. It's true. They give content creators 3 chances per day. If you upload 3 things, whether it's like 3 lives, 3 videos, 2 lives, 1 video, they'll promote all 3. But after the 3rd one, they won't really promote you. Isn't that weird? It's like after the 3rd one, they're like, you're doing too much. We're not going to promote you anymore. Not today. You have to wait another 12 hours. But then again, if you don't upload enough during the week, they also punish you. They don't put you in the recommended. Wild, huh? You upload too much, you get put in the timeout corner. You upload too little, you get put in the timeout corner. That's how YouTube does it.
You can make it quality video. Upload as often as you can. Make sure it's quality, not just quantity. That's important too. You want it to just be like, oh, I brushed my teeth today, did a load of whites, did a load of colors. Unless you can make it really interesting, but you have to upload often enough and be consistent, and maybe even create a schedule.
This was back when Chantal actually gave a shit about her YouTube channel because it was her entire income. Now it's not her entire income, and therefore she no longer gives a shit. The majority of her money is the feeder money. That's why it doesn't bother her to have 200 viewers on Kick or 90 viewers on Kick or 100 viewers on YouTube. That's not where her money's coming from, y'all. Her YouTube channel and her Kick channel are just simply portals to get in front of more feeders who then contact her for cameos or private content. That's where the bulk of her money is coming from. It's just an advertising platform for her. Hi, I'm Foodie Beauty. I'm 500 pounds. You want some fetish content? Call me. Contact me on Cameo or Instagram or email. Let's talk. The bulk of her money is being hidden. And whatever she makes on the social media platforms is just chump change. It's pocket change. Yeah, and now she announces when she brushes her teeth.
For a new YouTuber, I put out a lot of videos because I'm new, and I started YouTubing in January of this year, and 2017, and I already am at 1,200 subscribers. So but I put out a lot of content. I put out content almost every day. So you want to do that as a new YouTuber. Try to put out videos even 5 to 6 times a week if you can,
You know what, Foodie? I know that you hate Girl World with a passion. You like to call Girl World vultures, zombies, leeches. You got all kinds of names for us. But you got to be real and you got to be truthful. If it weren't for the fact that Girl World came to be, if there weren't so many people reacting to you and making reaction videos, your channel would not have grown to the size that it is right now, and not as many people would have known you. It was because of Girl World that your channel grew. People reacting to you and talking about you, it just generated more interest, and that's why your channel exploded. Was because of the ecosystem known as Girl World. So all that resentment, and I hate those people. They're awful. You owe them a big thank you. As much as you hate them, you owe them a big thank you. Because the more they talked about you, the more people came to know of you. Like you biting the hand that literally fed you.
Practice makes perfect. So guys, that's my video, and I just wanted to share a bit of thoughts with you. I'm gonna try to do a more organized tips and tricks as I become less of a new YouTuber and I learn more along the way. And I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions in particular that you would like me to cover in my next YouTuber beginner video, I can do that. I would like to do a video showing you my little setup. I mean, it's nothing special, like I said. I don't really have a big budget to invest right now.
And she had got a bigger budget and she's still stuck to her phone. She never upgraded to, let me just do stuff off a computer. Nope, still stuck to the phone. Same thing with the mukbangs. Still showing the fast food. She didn't upgrade that either. She had the point of view of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If I can still make money doing it, I'm not going to touch the system that's working.
And some very fancy stuff for my YouTube channel. But hopefully someday it will get there. And if you're a beginner like me and you'd like to know some tricks of the trade, just leave a comment below and please subscribe.
Okay, so that's it for that video, but we got another one. I got another one lined up. All right. Nope, don't want that one. This one is the one that I've been searching for a while. So what's going on here? This was, again, way back in the day. I think this was when she was still with BB. And so she's in the car and she's going to tell us about her food issue and her concerns about her food issue. I mean, she knew all the way back then it was a problem. And she's going to be stressed out about it. So tell us your thoughts, Foodie.
So my camera's gonna do that crazy thing. Oh my goodness. I almost had a heart attack. Like, not from the dominoes. People have to stop, like, going in the dumpsters in the garage and then popping out. Because it gives me a heart attack every time. I come around the corner, someone's popped out of the, pops their head out of the dumpster. Like, oh my, wouldn't that scare the crap out of you? Woo, okay. So on a serious note, and I know you're gonna, look, at this point, if I was I am a YouTube viewer. I wouldn't watch me either at this point because I know I probably look absolutely insane. And you know what? I probably am. I probably am. I just don't even, I feel so distant from my own brain. So here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I had to BB called me. I had a talk with BB about all this, and he offered to come to the hospital with me if I needed to. Which I know a lot of you don't think that I'm in a loving relationship. I hate even addressing that because I know being a YouTuber, people are going to make up all kinds of ridiculous rumors. But he's always there for me, like always there for me whenever I have a medical issue or I'm in trouble. Like,
You know what, Foodie? This seems to be a constant in your world. You want to be around someone that's constantly there for you. You always say, this person's always there for me. But what you don't say is, I am there for that person. You expect that person to always be there for you. But you're a selfish bitch. It's only supposed to be one way. Even when you talk about your pets, oh, they love me so much, but do you love them so much? Do you take care of something? No, you expect to be taken care of. It's always one direction. It's always you.
that's why I want to marry the man, because honestly, he's my rock. He's if it weren't for him, if I was with somebody else like me, I mean, I need someone like him to keep me grounded, seriously.
And that is a problem. You ask too much from your partners. You want that person to be your total strength and take care of you and keep you in check and da 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 da. So what are you doing for yourself? You put all the weight on another person to the point where they can't have a life. You suffocate them to death. You want all the attention all the time. And then you wonder why those men run away. They have to. Because they walk in a room and you're in it and you suck all the oxygen out and they can't breathe. To take a breath, they have to get away from you. You're too much. You're way too much.
So, well, I don't know what the hell I was thinking that I could be a food addict. I think that a part of me, a lot of the times, still in denial about having an eating disorder, even though a lot of you, have you been diagnosed with an eating disorder? Well, I think I told you guys when I went to see the diet doctor, the weight loss doctor, he did a consultation with me, a good hour, and he was like, "Oh, you have an eating disorder." Like, he was, and he's like, "I want to refer you to the eating disorder clinic." And when I told him that my GP.
Okay, I want to back it up just a little bit, because she has told stories about when she was younger that her family took her to a place for eating issues. So she knew all the way back then, before YouTube, that she had a problem with food. And she didn't do anything about it. So she came on YouTube with full awareness that she had an eating issue. And then she decided to start doing mukbangs and catering to the feeders and taking their requests. She decided to do that. It wasn't like, oopsie, I just discovered I got an eating issue. Nope, she knew long before YouTube.
He already did that. That's when he was like, okay, that's good. And he wanted to prescribe me something in the meantime to get the.
You know, I do remember her telling a ridiculous story. Y'all might remember this story where she had an eating issue, the overeating, and then allegedly she was put into a room with somebody who had Anna, which would never happen. You got two young ladies that have opposite eating issues. The doctors are not going to put one type with another type. So she allegedly was put in a room with a girl who had Anna, and she was eating the other girl's candy. So like this ridiculous story about she had an overeating issue, put into a room with somebody who had Anna. She's like, oh, her family brought her candy and she's not going to eat it, so I might as well eat it. Yeah, the story was ridiculous.
Edge off until I can get in because there's a wait list. And that's why I wanted to go to the hospital and tell them, look, I'm eating myself to death. So, and I watched my 600-pound life last night. Today's Sunday, but I watched it only last night. I know it comes out on Wednesdays. And Kelly is the person that was in that. And, you know, God rest her soul, but unfortunately her heart gave out and she passed away. And I think that is just, that episode serves as such a wake-up call, hopefully, for a lot of people.
Well, you didn't wake up. So even back in the day, you were watching episodes like that. That wasn't a wake-up call. And then you had a hysterectomy. That wasn't a wake-up call either. And then you're with BB. And you went to the ER for eating too much fucking cheese. That wasn't a wake-up call either. Thank you, Jenna, for being a new member. So like all these different road signs in your face saying, you should slow down, ma'am. You need to fix this problem. Nothing. Even Girl World. You hate Girl World with a passion. You want to know why? Because we tell you the truth. You hate Girl World for telling you the truth. And there's been lots of truth in the things we say, but you don't want to hear it. And not only Girl World, tarot readers. You know those people that you swear don't know what the fuck they're talking about? How much have you been given? How much have you actually listened to? What's it going to take? You've had doctors, you've had nurses, you've had family members, complete strangers, all giving you good advice. Things you should have listened to and did not. You're watching programs on TV showing people who are 500, 600 pounds, seeing what happens to them. And that's not a wake-up call either. What's it going to take? Watching Life by Jen, God rest her soul. What happened to Jen? That wasn't a wake-up call? It never occurred to you that you're mortal and something could happen to you? You're just going to press on and press on and press on until something happens? Yeah, blood clots in her lungs didn't wake her up. All those trips to the ER didn't wake her up. Getting the fluid in her abdomen and having it drained away did not wake her up. Like all these different things that would wake up the rest of us did not wake her up. She mocked Jen's death. Yeah, and that was terrible. She's waiting for kidney failure or DKA. Look, I'm not a doctor and I'm not here to diagnose Chantal. But I did notice that for a long time, her belly looked very round, very solid, and that can be from fluid buildup in her tummy area. And I believe that when she was in the Middle East, she had that drained away. And that's why her tummy looked different. It looked more flat versus round. Notice that her tummy is starting to look round again. Looks like there's more fluid buildup and it needs to be drained. So none of that's a wake-up call, Foodie? No, you're not going to wake up. You're going to stay asleep.
That are in the same boat, and I'm one of them, you know? But, I mean, I was bawling at the end of that episode. That was so, she was doing so well. And
not only that, Chantal, I know you hate me to bring this up. You saw the documentary for Paradise. What happened to some of those unfortunate women? Some of them passing away. That wasn't enough to wake you up. What happened to them? And them doing feedy content, some of them, and you're doing the exact same content. You're catering to death fat feeders who are in your chat, talking about food, paying you to eat food. You're doing all that. Your body is giving you clear signs that you need to stop now. And you're not doing it. And that's your choice. It's your body. You can do what you want. Nobody can stop you. But I'll tell you what. And you better listen close. If you're someone that you're a family member and you have a family member who is an addict, a severe addict, and you know they're a severe addict, you're waiting for that phone call. You know, eventually it's going to happen. You're afraid of it. You don't want it to happen. But you know, at some point it's going to happen. Where you get that phone call and you find out that your family member is gone. I bet your mom, your sister, your aunt, your uncles, they look at you and they know they're going to get that phone call. They're going to get the news that something has happened to you. They don't want it to happen, but they know it's going to happen. Because you're pushing yourself to that point. You're not trying to preserve your life. You know, if you're a relative to an addict, you know at some point you're going to get that call. You just don't know when it's going to occur.
And sometimes it's just too late. Sometimes it's too late to turn your life around. Sometimes there's no going back. You've done too much damage to your body already, and it's just too late. Sorry about the camera. So that being said, I don't know what I was thinking that I could do mukbangs the way I've been doing them with the trigger food. And I know that's what I'm saying. I know people are going, duh, hello, you're so frustrated.
You know what, at this point, it's not even about trigger foods. She likes to use that language, trigger foods. In Foodie's world at this point, there are no trigger foods. It's not about her having an eating problem and, oh, this certain food, I got triggered, therefore I ate it. That's a bunch of bullshit, y'all. It's not about trigger foods. It's about somebody paying her to eat a certain meal or a certain food, and that's what she eats. Yeah, it's trigger money. Thank you, Inferno. The money is the trigger, not the food. If somebody says, hey, I'll give you a bunch of money to eat sushi or hot dogs or paneer, she's going to fucking eat it because she's paid to eat it. So she can't say trigger foods. The money's what triggers her. Yeah, she'd have to give up the money. The money is the trigger. And those that are death fat feeders, they know all they have to do is pull the trigger and she'll eat. That's what they want her to do. And Chantal, you can get pissed at me all you want, but I'm going to give it to you straight. Those feeders, they got you exactly where they want you. They got you alone in that apartment. You don't have anybody by your side. They love that. They love the fact that you're on call 24/7 to do those requests. You're in Canada. You got good internet. No physical distractions. No man in the picture. They want you lonely, sad, depressed, heartbroken, and ready to do what they consider entertainment. They're very happy with you being an addict. And they're happy to pay you to continue that. They want you completely codependent on them. And it's a joke of all time that you are all about power. You are all about controlling people. You think you're in control. You're not. Your addictions control you. Your feeders control you. How about them apples? You're controlled by your own addictions. They tell you what to do. And the feeders, the ones who provide you money, they're pulling the strings. You're just a puppet. You're so codependent on them that if even one of them wants to walk away, you freak the fuck out. Remember what happened when Nina said she was going to leave? The meltdown you had. That's how dependent you are on them and their money. If they walk away from you, your whole world collapses, and you know it and they know it too. But there's happiness in your addiction and your slavery. You've convinced yourself you're happy, that everything's fine when it's not, because you're getting sicker by the day. But your body's at a point where it's saying, no more. We can't put up with this shit. But you continue because you don't want to do the work. You don't want to change things. And I got a feeling, Chantal, that when your lease is up, you really don't have a plan, do you? You don't know where you're going to go. And you're trying to soft launch going back to Ottawa to be, Cornwall, to be near your family. And you're going to try to lie and scam to them to get them to take care of you. Is that the plan? Bad plan. Real bad. Eating yourself to the point of being bedbound. And then once you become bedbound, you're going to depend on your family to fucking take care of you. Hey, genius. They don't have the time nor the medical training to take care of you. It's a lot of work taking care of a super morbidly obese patient. There's a lot of things you got to look out for, a lot of things you got to do, and a lot of things you got to know. So trying to treat your family members or Pete's like nurses, not working. Bad plan. So you might want to put the fucking fork down and stop thinking if I become bedbound, people will just automatically take care of me. Not going to fucking happen. They'll put you in hospice first. And then once you arrive there, they'll put your ass on a diet. No Burger King for you.
Because we've been screaming that and you've been blocking us. When I have an idea in my head, I'm very stubborn and it's not a good thing. So I was just like so gung-ho that I could make this work. And
why would it work? How could it possibly work? She fooled herself long ago thinking, this is great. I'll get on YouTube and I'll just get on camera and I'll eat a bunch of food. Easy content that sells. I'm following a hot trend. How can I go wrong? How can I lose doing this? And then the feeders started talking to her. And she thought, this is fabulous. Not only can I make money on YouTube, but I can do private content too. The money just rolling in. What a great thing. This is great. All I got to do is eat. And I'm making all this money. There's always a price to pay. Losing your health was the price. Losing your mobility was the price. Being codependent on strangers on the internet is the price. Now you're just a puppet. A gluttonous, slovenly puppet that's nearly bedbound. Yeah, they don't tell you the price that you pay. She's paid it. Girl World has been screaming about karma for Chantal for years, and there's a lot of things she's done that she's escaped consequence. But I'll tell you what, if there's one thing you cannot escape from, it's the damage you do to your own body. You will always pay for that. And she's paying. Look at her now. Where she started, being about 300, 400 pounds. She had mobility. She can go out and take walks by herself. She can go to the mall and she wasn't embarrassed. She had friends. She was a bit more social. She was less embarrassed. Where are we now? She don't want to go out. She don't want to go anywhere. She doesn't want to do anything. She gets on the treadmill for 10 minutes and she gets purple in the face. That's the price you pay for fucking with your own body. Her body's her own karma.
You know, thinking that I would have the discipline to eat 4 pieces of pizza, which I did, and I shot the rest out. And it was wasting, but at the same time, it was risky, you know? So I shot it out. And I just got back from a major binge. I had a piece of, I went to Wild Wing.
And she swears, that never happened. I never had B moments. What did she just say? What'd she say? I just had a major B moment. But I thought you didn't have them. Even though you used to make videos with the B word in the title until YouTube told you not to. And that's when you came up with the word bees to replace the other B word because the other B word wasn't allowed. So you found a workaround. You used a code word for what you were doing, but you were still doing it. And YouTube was letting you until they shut you down. So you never stopped doing what you were doing. You just found a workaround to keep doing it and still get paid for it.
I had 8 boneless wings, an order of fries, and a huge piece of Reese's cheesecake. So, and that's after, like earlier, after the pizza, I steamed these king crab legs and I ate them all.
You guys are hearing like the amount of food she was eating then. Can you imagine what she eats now? Somebody once asked her, like, how much do you spend on food a month? This was during Crackhead Olympics. Her answer was about $4,000 a month. $4,000. That's not counting the amount of money she was spending at the dispensary. Okay? That's not counting the amount of money she was spending on, shall we say, party favors from Natter. Money was just dropping out of her hand for her habits. Y'all want to know where her money went? That's where it went. Her addictions. The food, the party favors, the men. How do you make 20, 30 grand a month and still be broke? That's how. That's where the money goes. It is possible to make $20,000, $30,000 a month and be broke all at the same time every single month by putting it in the wrong places and with the wrong people. Paying for her expenses, Pete's expenses, Natter's, buying him things, paying his bills, his rent. That's where all the money goes. That's where hers went. A lot at the outhouse. I'm sure Mr. Dr. Feelgood made a pretty penny off of Chantal. She probably bought him a house.
So yeah. Not good. So I have no control. Like, I just don't. My depression is really bad. It's not bad.
So, question. I get bored. So, would 20 to 30,000 USD, would that translate to 12,000 euros? Is that the conversion? Is that why you say 12,000? Because I'm not sure the conversion between euros and US. Well, and I'm excuse. Sorry, my mistake. Sorry, she's not USD. She's Canadian. So would $30,000 Canadian translate to 12,000 euros? I forget that she's Canadian. She's not here in the States. So 20K Canadian dollars to euros. Would that translate to 12,000 euros? It's Canadian. Because she was making a lot of money.
Better since being on this medication. I thought it would be. I don't know if it just hasn't kicked in yet. I have been taking it every night. It does make me tired and like sleep better, like I said, but at the same time, I still feel maybe I need to be on a different medication. I don't know. So my problem with the mukbangs is
you shouldn't be doing them. If you're a food addict, you have no business doing mukbangs, period. I don't care if it's healthy food. If you get a problem with food, you do not turn that subject into content because it's a slippery slope and you're going to go sliding backwards. Whatever you got a problem with, you don't turn it into content. You don't consume it. You don't promote it. You don't monetize it. Bad idea. Very bad.
for me as a food addict, because most people who do them are probably not, they're not food addicts like I am.
Bitch, don't talk to me. I dealt with food addiction and I hate her doing this. You guys don't understand. You're not a food addict. Hello. I was. And I don't like you talking this way. I don't like you getting on camera and telling people, oh, it's so hard. You guys don't get it. I will concede with one thing with you, Foodie. The food addiction is slightly different than other addictions. Other addictions like drugs or alcohol, those are things you don't need. You don't need them for survival. You got to eat. Food addiction is a little bit different because the thing that you're addicted to, you have to keep consuming. You can't just cut it off. You can't go cold turkey. You can't starve yourself. That was the hard part for me as a food addict. It was like, how do I stop an addiction to something that I have to keep consuming? How's that going to work? So I had to learn that you have to give food the proper respect. You can't get stupid with it. You can't attach emotional anchors to it. You can't use it in place of friendship or love or companionship. You can't use it to fill up times of loneliness or to calm down your sadness or your anger. You have to give food respect. You have to look at it the way it's supposed to be looked at. You got to treat it the way it's supposed to be treated. It's not supposed to be a cure-all. It's not supposed to be a balm for anything. It's just supposed to be something you eat and maybe you enjoy it, but you're not supposed to overconsume it. You use food for everything for boredom, when you're upset, when you're sad, when you're angry, when you feel lonely. Too many hats. Food is not supposed to wear that many hats. You put it on a plate, you may enjoy it, it may taste good, but don't go overboard. And don't treat it like a friend. Don't put emotional anchors. You've got big emotional anchors on food. You treat it like an actual person. Hello, fast food funeral. How many times? You give funerals for people, not for food. Too many emotional anchors on food. Got to take them all away.
Or have an eating disorder. So doing that, I understand people who know my... Whenever I first started doing, I always use that as a defense. When I first started doing my channel, I was doing mukbangs. But most people didn't know about my situation. And a lot about my life at that time. Now people do. And it's probably hard for them to watch mukbangs from somebody knowing that they suffer from an eating disorder. So I understand that.
And you know what? This is where I go on the attack a little bit. I understand that there are people in Foodie's chat that are feeders. I get that. I think about more than half her chat on Kick and YouTube, they're either disgusting, pervy fucking creeps with nasty fetishes, or they're PDF files. They got problems with food themselves, and they feel comfortable being around her because she's got a problem with food. But those people in her audience that say they actually care about Chantal, how is it that those of you that care about Chantal, when she says, I got a problem with food, I'm a food addict, and you see people in chat talking about food and paying her to eat food, why aren't you guys getting noisy and saying, what the fuck are you doing? This person's a food addict. Why are you paying them to eat food? Where are all the noisy voices for that? Why aren't you guys speaking up? Even silence is enabling someone, keeping your mouth shut. You see a wrong being committed and you don't say a fucking thing. You just let it happen. And then those of you in her chat, she's a food addict and you're talking about food? That's like walking up to somebody who's an alcoholic and talking about alcohol. You know they're going to get triggered. You know they're going to drink. So why are you doing it? I don't like Chantal. She's a despicable person. She's evil. She's wicked. But because I've dealt with addiction, I would never, ever trigger another addict on purpose. Too far, too much. But y'all over there triggering her, talking about food, knowing that she's going to think about food and she's going to eat food like she really needs to eat more food. She's 500 fucking pounds. And if she becomes bedbound, then what? What's she going to do? If something happens to her, what's she going to do? Oh, it's so sad. Foodie's bedbound, or she's in a casket. We're so sad. But you weren't sad enough to not talk about food to her, trigger her, pay her to eat. Those that are feeders over there, if something happens to Chantal, they're going to have blood on their hands. Every single one of them. Anybody's ever paid her, anybody that's ever sent her a fucking PayPal donation to eat, you are contributing to her sickness. She was sick when she got on YouTube, and you are contributing to her fucking sickness. So if something happens to her, you will be partially responsible because you're egging it on and you're paying for it. And if that happens, you can't say, oh, I cared for her. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't care for her.
Such a mess. On top of that, my biggest problem with mukbangs, for me, it's not just that's one of the major issues, but another one is I was thinking, what kind of message am I giving to other people with my channel?
You know what? There's a reason why Chantal will never be successful. There's a saying, you can't heal in the same environment that you're hurt in. As long as she's living alone, as long as she's got access to her phone, as long as she's got her YouTube channel or her Kick channel where she can get online and beg and grift for money, and people will give her money and pay for meals and pay for snacks, she's never going to get better. She's never going to be in recovery. Anybody who's ever been an addict will tell you that what starts recovery is first accountability. You got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You've got to want to change for yourself. She doesn't want to change because she's got far too many people telling her that what she's doing is okay. Then you got to take the next steps. You have to change the way you think. You have to change the way you act. You have to change your habits. You may have to change who you hang out with, the places that you go. You have to develop new habits. If you use food or any other substance to deal with negative emotion, you have to find new coping mechanisms. You got to short circuit those bad thoughts and that temptation. That's a lot of work to take complete inventory of your life from top to bottom and make a whole new life to replace the old life. She's not willing to put the work in. So as long as she's surrounded by all those people who are willing to give her money to be unhealthy, as long as she's on YouTube where she can make money and she can make it fast and she can make it easy, she's always going to be sick. Because she's become far too codependent on all of that. She could make money by going the other way, but she don't want to do that. Eating is such a weird fixation for her supporters. The feeder fetish, it's hard to explain, but it's kind of a sexual thing. It turns people on, it gets people aroused. But that's their deal, is they like the feeling of somebody being fed or being the one to feed them. And in extreme cases, it's kind of a form of power exchange. Like there are extreme feeders that want to get somebody bedbound, because once somebody becomes bedbound, the person who is bedbound is completely dependent on the person that's caring for them. The person who's caring for them, they have complete control over the individual, what they eat, if they get bathed that day, if they go to the bathroom, complete control. Extreme feederism is about control, getting control over someone. It's a domination type of thing. And these feeders are dominating her, and she's allowing it to happen.
I feel like by doing the unhealthy mukbangs, eating loads of junk, I'm giving a message that's kind of promoting disordered eating.
You are.
Because that's not normal. It's
Nope.
not healthy.
Nope.
And it is hazardous to the health.
Yep.
So that really kind of bothered me. And I actually had, and you're thinking, duh, again, but I actually hadn't thought about that aspect of it. And for me, I feel like that's definitely something that bothers me. And I don't want to be known for that. Honestly, when it comes to mukbangs, it's the appeal that I can eat what I want and make more money doing it.
There it is. I could just sit down, have some fast food, which I would do anyway. But if I put that on YouTube, I can make a lot of money doing it. It's easy money. She has said that multiple times. It's easy money. It's easy content. What is easier than getting some food from a fast food restaurant, sitting down with it, turning on your camera, recording it, putting it on YouTube, and bam, you get money for it. You get a lot of money. You spend like what, $20 on a fast food meal and make $100 to $200 on a video. That seems like a win-win, unless you're a food addict. Then it becomes a really bad idea. Because Chantal, she loves attention and she loves money. So the more attention she got by doing this, the more money she made, the more she wanted to do. Oh, I made $100 off this video eating Burger King. Okay, then let me do another one and another one and another one and another one. Until she's up to eating 10,000 plus calories a day. Let's expand the program. How about I do cameos, $250 business videos? Even more money. Let's go even further. Let's get on YouTube. Let's get on Kick. Let's get on Twitch and do adult content in front of people. And tell all these fetish fucks, if they have a fetish, if I can do it on live cam, I'll do it on live cam and they can get their rocks off and I get extra money. So we started in the feeder fetish category, moved up to do as many adult fetishes as she can get away with on social media. She doesn't want regular viewers on her channel. She wants people with certain fetishes that pay big money. That's who she's really looking for. She even said so one night when she got mad because what's-her-face was going to take off. She said, I'm only here for 5 people and the rest of you can fuck off. She was confessing that she was there for 5 specific people who are giving her big money and she didn't care about anybody else. She's just there for a little circle of people to give her money. Those are the people that are floating her. Those are the ones that are paying for her. That's why she doesn't care to do great content. She doesn't have to. She's not there to do regular content. She's there to cater to certain people with certain fetishes. And that's it. And attract maybe a couple of more along the way if she can. It's strictly a fetish crowd looking for those big baller clients. She's got her client list.
Seriously, if I'm honest. But it's not so much more money that it is worth doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make healthier recipes and meals. Healthier choices, and try to do the doctor's plan, because I still have my appointment next week on Monday. 1 week from now, there's still time to get back on it. And
how many times have we been on this merry-go-round? I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to start a health journey. Can we stop this? Can we stop lying to people? You tease people about, I'm going on a health journey. Those who want to see you actually get healthy, you tease them. And they stick around waiting for that magic moment to happen. And it never does. And it never will, as long as you are on social media and you're doing the mukbang content and somebody's giving you money to eat snacks and go out on wobbles and get beaver tails. It's not going to fucking happen. I don't know why anybody on that side believes you that you're going to get healthy when they sit there and watch you late at night eating snacks, eating meals right before bed. Are you fucking serious? Anybody that has half a brain knows that if you eat a bunch of food before bed, guess what? You're going to bed You're not burning off the calories. You're going to gain weight. I don't know why anybody would think you're going to get healthy if you're doing fast food mukbangs all at the same time. And anybody can look at you, Chantal, and they can tell just by your face that you're having bee moments. When you get on camera and you are puffy. That's that sodium, girl. That's that salt. It'll puff you out. If you're on a health journey, why aren't you losing weight? You're getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So where's the health part? You're on a journey, but it ain't to health. You're on a journey to the graveyard. And there's far too many people that are paying you to get there faster. The people that are in your chat talking about food, mentioning food, paying you to eat, they might as well just go to the nearest hardware store, buy a shovel, and race to the nearest graveyard and wait for you. Because they're promoting you not being around much longer. They don't care for you. They just want their orgasmic moment where you take your last breath and they get to watch.
And turn it around. I don't want to cry on camera and try to get sympathy. I'm just honestly just going through so much right now. And I don't even know what to do. I just feel like inside I'm screaming for help, and I just feel like
This is the part where I lack a little bit of sympathy for Chantal. She's in Canada. She's got family members. She's got access to all kinds of resources, programs, inpatient, therapy, psychiatrists, psychotherapists, you name it, addiction counselors. She's had all of that at her disposal for years. And she resisted. As much as she likes to criticize Girl World, let me tell y'all something. Every single reactor, the people that she claims are so fucking hateful, every single one of us has said to her at one time or another, go get help. You need therapy. You need to do something. This is crazy. We've all said that to her. She don't want to listen. Her doctors have said that to her. She don't want to listen. Her family has said that to her. She don't want to listen. Everybody telling her, go get help. She don't want to listen. What can we do? You can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's just going to stand there all day looking at the water, knowing it needs to drink, but it ain't going to. Can't force her to do nothing. And I ask y'all, honestly, when you watch Chantal's content, is there really any difference between what Chantal does on camera? And I hate to put this picture in your head, but somebody who might be in a crack house shooting up. Is there really any difference except that one is in a needle and one is on a plate? You're watching an addict get high. You're watching an addict destroy themselves. The environment may be different. The substance may be different, but addiction is addiction. And addiction ruins lives. And she is willingly ruining hers. She's an addict. She's been an addict for years, and she's known this. And she has picked her path. She has said, I'm going to do this until I pass away. Even when she was in Kuwait, she knew when she came back to Canada what was going to happen. She predicted it way ahead of time. She said, if I go home, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to eat myself into oblivion. She knew that about herself, and she did not put a stop to it. She didn't even try. And I've been watching you for years, Chantal. Years. And I've never seen you fight against your addiction. I never saw a live stream or a video where you came on camera and you were mad at yourself for having a B moment. I never saw a moment where you were mad at the people who are sending you money to eat. You never raged against them. You never screamed at them. There was no pushback against the addiction or the people who are promoting it. Not in all that time. Not once. If anything, you leaned into it completely. Disturbing.
I'm just so tired. I'm honestly so tired.
And I'm going to say something else since I got the microphone. I think that there's something going on. I think there's a lot going on in the background. I think there's a lot of secrets that she's keeping. And to keep those secrets, to keep everything under wraps, to keep her mouth shut, she's got to stay high all the time. But Chantal's a narc. She likes to talk. When she's upset, she wants to talk. She wants to let it out. But for whatever reason, she can't let it out. She got to keep her secrets. She's swallowing all those secrets. And it's killing her. She used to be able to talk to girl world. If she got mad at somebody, she used to say, I'm mad. And rage out. But she can't do that. She's keeping a whole lot of secrets. And holding everything inside is tough for a big mouth like her. She's pretending to be something that she's not. And she's keeping a shit ton of secrets. And Chantal, I can just tell, you're at the breaking point. You're starting to crack because you want to talk. You want to let it out, but you can't. You really, really can't, can you? You can't talk about things you want to talk about. You can't talk about the person you want to talk about, because if you do, then the illusion is forever broken. And you can't bring a certain somebody on camera because A, girl world won't react to that person. And B, your fucking feeders will run away. They don't want to see him. They don't want to hear about him. They don't want to know about him. So you got to keep them secrets, don't you? Ain't life a bitch?
Anyway. So tomorrow I think I'm gonna call the weight loss doctor guy and see if he can forward a prescription for like Vyvanse or Topamax.
I'm going to tell you right now, Chantal, as someone that I've dealt with food addiction, just doing the physical work ain't going to work. Because the body, it has its problems. But you can't leave out the mind. You can't leave out the emotions, because the emotion in the mind is what drives it all. You got to include the mind. I know you don't want to go to therapy, but you need it. Because if you don't get your mind right, there's no chance of your body getting right. You got to do that therapy. Got to. Stop walking all the way around it. Your mind is fucked up. Your emotions are fucked up. Got to get that straight. Stop telling yourself you have all the answers. Obviously, you don't. If it's been years and you're still a food addict and you're not straightened out, you got to go somewhere else for help. You can't drive the car. Let somebody else drive. You don't know what you're doing. Diets are not going to fix what's wrong with you. WLS is not going to fix what's wrong with you. I've talked to people who've done WLS. You would never be approved. You would fail the psych evaluation, first of all. You got a myriad of health problems, which would make you high risk for being on the table. There's no safe way they can get you on and off. You're going to have to show a doctor that you're serious about losing weight. You can't do that. You'd have to be on a liquid diet for a while to clear out all the waste in your system. You can't do that either. You wouldn't be able to stay away from soda after the surgery is over. No more carbonated drinks. And let's just say you got the surgery and you got on and off the table. What about your head? A surgeon can make your stomach smaller, but what about the addiction in your head? No surgeon can cut that out. You're still going to have the urge to do B moments. But if your stomach is the size of a teacup, you try to eat more than that teacup worth of food, you're going to projectile vomit all over the wall or burst your stomach open. So that's not going to work. That's not a quick fix. Making your stomach smaller is not going to make the addiction go away. What makes it go away is therapy, working through your shit. You got a lot of shit up in there. It's all clustered together. It's all tied together. Got to separate it. Therapy is hard work, but it's worthwhile. It's rewarding because the reward is freedom. You're free of what torments you. You're free of what troubles you. You put the work in, you get the reward of my thoughts are clear. My mind is clear. I have a plan. I know what to do. I know how to do it. I've got the tools. I got the technology. You ain't got any of that right now. What you got are people around you promoting your ass to eat. And they like you that way. They like you being fucked up. They like you being a mess. It works for them. It works in their favor. You fulfill their fetishes. They pay you. If you were a clear-headed person with no addictions, you would not be fulfilling their needs, and they would have no need of you. So it works in their favor that you're fucked up in the head.
To the pharmacy. And I'm going to call my GP and see if he can urgently get me in somewhere to help with my eating disorder, because until I do that, I just feel like my depression, my mental state is just not going to improve. And honestly, when you're like this, obviously it's not helping. Sorry. I know it's these things.
Chantal, you got a decision to make. Do you want to fix the problem or do you want to monetize the problem? Because you can't do both. You've been monetizing the problem for years. Do you want to fix it or not? I don't think you do. I think you're too far gone. I think you have created a toxic machine of addiction that works to keep the addiction going. And you don't have another machine of how to break it, how to break through it. You're not interested in building that, making that. You're too far gone. I know I'm not a nasty bitch saying that. I'm saying it because it's true. You're too far gone. And you've got that mindset of, I quit. I give up. Everything about you right now says, I give up. I quit. I'm not even going to try. And you got people around you reinforcing that way of thinking. They don't want you to live. They want you to die while they watch. And they'll help in that process. They want you to continue on the toxic path until something happens. and they'll pay to make it happen faster. They don't want you to live. They don't want you to be happy. But you're in that frame of mind of, I don't want to live. I don't want to be happy. I want to be numb and unhappy.
Things are very personal. And especially with the amount of trolls and haters and reaction channels that you know, are just going to feed on this type of video. I probably shouldn't be sharing that stuff, but in the end, I mean, sorry, I'm going to pick my nose. In the end, I feel it's like the right thing to do, you know? So, anyway. Back to square one. Again. Why do I change my mind so much? Because I'm not well. I'm obviously not
Now,
well.
I know why she changes her mind so much, because she gets focused on the money. Even if she wants to change, she's like, I'm thinking about the money. I need the money. I got to get the money. Where am I going to get the money? The people that give her money, they want to see her eat. And she has no other route or alternative to get the money. So let's just go for the path that always works. She goes straight for the money.
Oh. Maybe if I never had a YouTube channel or an audience, I probably wouldn't even notice. Because I've gone my whole life like...
You know what? I will always say the worst thing that could have happened to Amberlyn Reed or Foodie was YouTube monetization. If they hadn't gotten on YouTube and got monetized and started making that money, where would they be right now? Would they be as big as they are? Would they be as unhealthy as they are? They would probably be horrible people regardless of YouTube. Chantal and Amber they're rotten, evil bitches. But if they didn't have access to all that money, would they have the health problems? Would they be as big as they are? Probably not. They wouldn't have an excess of money. So Chantal and Amber, they're both different women, but look how their lives have gone parallel with each other. Both getting on YouTube, both getting monetized, both making a lot of money, both going crazy with the money, eating a lot of food, both becoming very unhealthy. And now they're at the tail end of their journeys, where both women have fallen off on YouTube. People aren't as interested anymore. They're not making the money they used to. Isn't it weird how you got these two women who are completely separate, and yet their paths are both parallel to one another? Almost exact same. So many similarities there. Starting off in one place and ending up in a complete other.
Not thinking about having an eating disorder or anything like that, you know? But anyway. I know a lot of you want me to enable comments, but just for now, please. I just need you to understand. I'm just really... Yeah, just please. Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm going to end the video here. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make meals using my doctor's plan. And mukbang those.
How about not mukbang those? How about just eat a normal meal?
Or like cookbang or whatever. And yeah. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next
So that was the video. That was the one I wanted to react to. That was Foodie like back in the day when she knew she had a problem. She knew she should have treated the problem. She could have put the brakes on and she did not. And I don't want to leave on a really dark note. So how about we just do something else to kind of turn things around a bit? Oh, and I see Foodie is live on YouTube. And she's doing a cooking stream and she looks awful. It's okay. Doesn't look like it's anything interesting. We're going to move along. Let me go ahead and pull something up. Ah, there we go. Give me just a second to pull something up. Do. Looking. Where are we at right now? Oh, okay. Let's see. How about we do something where Foodie gets irritated with Salah? Those are always fun. And she gets mad at him. And this is courtesy of Barbecue Chillin'. Salah won't allow Foodie to end the live stream or sleep. Getting back at her for keeping him up. All those times that she was up at 1:30 in the morning, wouldn't let him sleep. Salah's shady. He's like, you're going to keep me up. You're going to wake me up, lady. I'll show you. So what do we got here?
I'm sure you're curious what it looks like inside of one. I have no idea. So, yeah, yellow. So the entrance to this little supermarket here is lined with freshly baked bread from today. Just showing you some of the products. We have some tomato paste. And here I am. So I was filming me, looking at the pickles and the various sauces here. It's interesting to see what kind of ketchups different countries have. And this is a Dora brand of ketchup and mayo and mustard. And they had barbecue sauce. And they had all the, comfort condiments you would find in any country, really. Here it says legumes, but this looks like bulgur wheat to me.
I wonder if he took her to the market and was like, get all of your munchies right now. I am tired of you sending me out at 2 a.m. Get your munchies so we can bring them home and you'll leave me alone for at least 24 hours.
Not really sure what it is. But yeah, it's they have grains and beans and all kinds of grocery items here in this little supermarket. And they have a lot of these little...
Okay, hold on. This is where she gets mad.
Hi, guys. I'm, again, another night. I apologize of being extremely tired because...
Oh, she looks mad already.
I didn't sleep much yesterday. If I didn't put makeup on, you would be scared. I had a shower to try to wake me up. I should make coffee, but I really don't feel like going in the hot kitchen and boiling water. The power might go out, by the way. No, I haven't checked if I could leave because I'm not leaving. Borders are now closed. I don't know. Here they are, and I haven't checked. It's 1 a.m. I can only... I have most of my data from 1 to 9 numbers, so I have to use it. But I'm like half asleep right now. It's past my bedtime. I was like ready to go to bed. Like my eyes are closing. I was ready to go to bed at like 10. I just I try to do all my uploading, my live streams, and my cameos from 1 to 9. I should make coffee too right now. I'm friggin' like, ugh. Should I make coffee? You should definitely stop reporting on what's happening in Syria. Use your brain. It's not like I'm saying anything people don't know. Like most of the people watching me are kind of up to date on what's going on in Syria, and it's not like I'm being subjective about what I say. So I'm all right.
This is Peel. I could just... Was that your sorority name? You nasty.
I'm okay. I got a toothbrush, can you tell? Pearly whites! Or should I say, pearly off-whites. I was happy when I saw that you got a toothbrush. Yeah. I know, but no, the thing is I did have a toothbrush when I got here, okay? I had 2. And I don't know where it went. So.
Can't get another one?
Yeah. How many times a day do you guys brush your teeth? Don't lie and say 3 or something. Don't lie. Just be honest. I don't know how I lost my toothbrush.
What year is this video? Let me see really quick. This would be 11 months ago. So almost a year ago. 1 month shy of a year.
2 times and floss? Sure. Yeah, Elena, children come and ring the doorbell all the time. Children must like you. I don't know why. I'm kind of awkward around kids. Like, you know how kids do that thing, like really young kids, where they look at you and they go, and they're waiting for you to like entertain them or play peekaboo or something. I don't know how to act. I don't know what to do.
You don't know how to be around a child, even though you act like a little kid. You don't know how to be around actual children.
What did I eat today for my dinner, which is pretty much all I had today? I had I have pictures actually. Salah went and picked up some chicken mandi. It's very popular here. Hi Diane. So it's like mixed colors of rice. It's really delicious rice with like toasted cashews and raisins. And a big chicken breast that I shared with Julia. And Domi these. The pasta I made was so good. So that's what I had. And I also had I ate the whole thing. And I also had the meals come with like a drink. It's yogurt and cucumber and mint. It's really good though, but it's weird to drink it. It's like a drinkable tzatziki. Actually, I did eat quite a bit of those breads. That's why I shouldn't buy groceries.
So even in Syria, she was having bee moments. Y'all heard what she just said, right? She ate a whole thing of pasta and then a whole bunch of bread. Carb addict. Carbs. She loved her carbs because carbs are very, very filling. Even in Syria, she was getting her bee moments on.
Actually, Salah and I ate a lot of those. Is there a bar? I don't know. Where we are, there isn't really much. So we have to drive to like another town to get stuff. And KFG too. Stuff like, Oh, that's some of the kids here do that.
Imagine being in a place and you're so addicted to fast food that in order to get anything that looks like fast food, you have to drive to another town. You're not just in Syria with your husband saying, you know what, I'm used to having fast food, but it's in another town. Maybe I shouldn't go there. Maybe I should let go of the fast food. Maybe I should learn to eat healthier food while I'm here. That way I'm not a pain in the ass to my husband and make him drive to another town to go get it. No, not Foodie. She's like, we got to go to another town to get KFG. I guess that's what we got to do.
They take any opportunity to come running up with the landlady, the land people that own the building. So when we hear the doorbell, we know. Salah will open the door, the lady will come in, and then the same 2 kids will come running in, and they'll come run to where I am and just stand in front of me and be like, hi, and just stare at me. Anyways, I usually give them a chocolate or something if we have something hanging around, some kind of treat. Maybe that's why they like us. Oh yeah, guess what I also had? Yalanji. It's the stuffed grape things. Oh my gosh. And then the mom got mad and like went and told on me to my mom and was like, your daughter's very violent. Well, don't call my grandma names and I won't have an issue with you. That's how it goes. At least back then. Yeah, kids don't know better. Oh no, the power went off. This is not good.
Oh, oops, the power went out. Oh, that happens.
Hey. Darkness bees. Maybe I should make that coffee. This is not good. The solar was lasting all night. Planning to stay in Syria. For now. Why did you leave Canada for this? Because I love my husband. And my cat. No! We have 18 minutes to wait. Don't laugh at me.
She chose to go over there. She knew this would happen, that there would be brownouts and blackouts. People got to conserve the energy. And she's on YouTube, and this is how she makes her money. She knew this would happen, and she went over there anyway.
It's in a AA battery. There's something, it shouldn't. This hasn't happened in a while since we got our new battery. It was lasting all night. So I don't know why it's like not working all night for some reason. It should be. And it's exhausting because it's annoying.
Yeah, but you know what, Foodie? Like, you knew you'd be moving into a household with other people. You were using up all the water that was meant for everybody in the house, the point where, wasn't there a situation where they had to get extra tanks because of Foodie? Extra water tanks, extra water deliveries because of her? Because her dumb ass was using all the water. She would drain all the water, drain all the power. Everybody else in the house understood you got to be conservative. She wouldn't be. She felt entitled. And then she would bitch about the power going out.
You think it's the industrial fan? We have 2 fans on. People are disbelief here. They're out of choice. I don't feel like it's a choice. I kind of have to come where, I mean, like, it is a choice, yes, but to me, it's necessary. You know, I'd be going, that's what's going on and off. I know. Do you hear?
I hear Kevin.
Kevin already? Even Kevin's defective. It's not even 2 weeks old. I don't know, like, what it is. Salah's going to try to find out tomorrow. How do you cook with no power? I don't cook a lot for that reason. I have just that gas tank. And what else? So we order most of our meals, honestly. I have a snack. What is that? Oh, that was a bug. I'm just having a small snack. What's up? I hope I can get some rest. I'm ready. I don't know. I'm so beyond tired. Yeah, I need new clothes. Repeat. I did my laundry today and that was a shit show. It's not fun. My washer has issues. Are you surprised? Okay, this is my last snack. What is it? I don't know. It's like a caramel cookie cake with like a white chocolate coating. Because spoiled having central air. Yeah. I think I'm doing pretty good. So I'll tell the truth. It's not the truth though. I like don't complain that much.
Really? Then why'd you guys fight all the time?
Do I? I don't think I do. What happened? What happened? How do you know? Are you making fun?
No, from the reading.
What?
From the reading, you was saying the secret of Chantal is taking the whole electricity. I'm serious. That's so funny.
So he's basically telling her that the CPAP is draining a lot of power. And she thinks that's funny. He's saying, like, your CPAP is draining a lot of the power. And she's like, hee hee hee.
Yeah, so you're trolling when you say I complain.
Just confess it. Don't deny.
No.
Yes.
No. What happened to the Nation? I don't know. Actually, I haven't watched them in so long. I don't think they like me. Did I ever tell you that I just like I've been into their chat once? We used to be like so close. I don't know. It's weird. But then I don't know. Anyway. So and I said hi, and then I think Bunny must have seen my comment. So she just turned and she whispered something to her sister, and they just like ignored me. I was like, all right, I'm out. Do you want to play a game called How Ugly Can I Get? Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Ew! I'm so done. Oh, that's a huge. What the hell kind of bug is that? Ew, I don't know what kind of bug that is. I've never seen it before. There's a bug. What the hell? Baby of the Zoomies, he does. Screw off.
Listen to the way he's laughing in the background. I don't know what he's high on, but he's high on something. I'm sure he had to stay high just to deal with all of her.
Are you raging? He's freaking out. Are you raging? Can I have what Salah's having? Yeah. We're lacking in sleep right now. The electric's gonna go out. I think I'll get off in 5 minutes. I need to sleep, man. Wow.
No, more than 5 minutes.
No.
Yeah, I remember when he used to tell her to stay on for a certain amount of time. He wanted her to stream for, I don't know, like an hour or two. So he put time limits on when she could leave. She wanted to leave early, and he's like, no, you're going to stay on a little bit longer. He was making sure she made her money.
I don't think so, buddy. We have to conserve all the energy. No, it's not. My CPAP is more important than your trolling. Right? Right? Hey.
Oh, I can't hear you.
I said I'm getting off.
No.
Yes. I need my CPAP.
And honestly, she didn't need the CPAP. She only needs a CPAP when she's sleeping, and she wasn't sleeping. So she wanted to get off and what? Put the CPAP on? What was that going to do? She wasn't going to go to bed. She just didn't want to stream anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna get off now. I'm gonna throw something at the room. Is there gonna be enough power for old Pappy tonight? I'm asking a serious question. Is there gonna be enough power for Pappy?
Who's Pappy?
Hey,
Pappy? Is there going to be enough power for Pappy? So she even had like a cutesy word for the CPAP machine? I never knew this. I must have missed this part. I didn't know she called it CPAPy. What?
excuse me. No, we can't lose the power.
Who gave you the permission to get off the live?
Me.
No.
Because I need
Oh, that part. Who gave you the permission to get off the live? Oh. Wow. He's talking to someone else. No, he's talking to her. He's telling her, who gave you permission to get off live? You better stay on live. You know what she could have done? She could have stayed on live, and he could have cut the power. I mean, she's still got power on her phone. If she's got a fully charged phone, she could have stayed another 10, 15, 20 minutes just using her phone. She didn't need the lights on for that.
No.
because I need to use my CPAP
Don't
ASAP.
worry about it.
Yes.
CPAP ASAP.
So what happens if there's no power and I'm sleepy?
Don't worry. I have my life.
Okay, that's not actually
It's a
gonna
pure energy.
that's not actually gonna work.
Yes, it will work.
No, it won't, and the power's gonna go out.
You wait for that?
Yeah.
No.
So you're telling me the rest of the night the power's not gonna go out?
Yes. You have 6 hours.
Of power?
From 3 to 7.
There's no way.
7 will be the sun rise. So no, from 7. So you have from 3 to 7, 4 hours. So the light will be.
So he's telling her, look, you don't have to get off live right now. You have enough power for 3 to 4 hours. But the thing is, she wants to leave the live right now. She's hot. She's tired. She's not feeling it. She wants to leave. And he's saying, nope, keep streaming. He's doing this on purpose to piss her off. This is his get back for her keeping him up when he wants to sleep.
Yeah, so I have to sleep now then.
Don't worry.
I'm sleeping.
No.
Yes.
I said no.
Yes.
Oh, he's doing the same thing that Natter did. When Natter would get mad at Chantal, he'd go, shh. He would shush her. She's getting shushed. He's shushing her. She don't like that.
Okay, you have to switch it over, right?
She said, watch the power. Okay, I'm getting off to go use my CPAP right now. Cool power.
The battery is half, so it can be
No,
at my house.
no,
Yes.
no.
What's up?
Okay, I want to go to bed.
Electric, charging the solar.
See, there it is. Like I said, if you wait a few minutes, the truth eventually comes out. So where we started was Chantal was like, I have to go. The power's about to go out. And then he came back with, no, it's not. You got another 4 to 6 hours. You can stream another 4 to 6 hours. And then she says, I want to go to bed. So forget about the power going out. She just wanted to go to bed. That's all. She didn't say that initially. She said, oh, the power's about to go out. I got to go. And he's like, nope, that's not true. Then she switches it to, I just want to go to bed. I don't want to stream anymore tonight.
Okay, I'm going to bed in 15 minutes.
15 minutes is enough, guys, for trolling.
Yes, the trolling is already old.
No, there's a new one.
There's new ones.
Yeah.
Who are you going to troll now?
Not your business. You'll see.
I think you should troll. Can I pick? 15 minutes. What's the battery at now? Still have?
Still charging.
What? You lied. I'm tired. See? Your service is shit. It is.
You know, I actually think him turning off the lights on her is an improvement to the stream. We don't have to look at her.
Poor Pappy, no power. What's the battery at? Excuse me. Hello? What's the battery at? What? It's not funny. What's it at? It's not funny. What's the battery at? Don't worry, baby. Why did it go out then?
Turn the lights off on you to be a jerk.
No, don't worry that.
Don't worry.
Yes.
I'm worried. I need my CPAP.
Just chill.
He turned it off? Did you turn it off?
Yes.
Don't lie. He didn't turn it off. I saw him. Halas. Yeah, I'll stay for a few minutes, but I'm honestly worried about the power. Do you promise I don't have to worry about it right now?
That depends. Then.
What's it at? Half or one?
Between 1 and 2. So this can stay for maybe 3 hours. If you turn off everything, can you just unplug the charger behind you?
How much watts does my CPAP take?
You see that takes around maybe 40 watts.
Is that a lot?
Yeah. This fan takes 50 watts.
And that one takes what? All night bees.
The charger, I think 25. So.
Nina. Yeah, Tiffany cares about me. So she wants me to get rest, but you don't.
What?
You don't care
What?
that I'm tired.
Don't you want tired?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. What do you mean why?
You
Because
don't know.
I'm
so you're
human.
tired for no reason.
Because I've been awake since morning.
And why you didn't sleep?
Because I am only tired now.
You had the whole electric plus full battery. Why you didn't sleep at 8?
Because I slept all night.
For 2 hours at least. Why you didn't sleep? Why you put the blame on me?
Because you don't want me to go to bed. You did a poll.
I mean before, at the daytime.
I wasn't tired enough.
Don't twist the topics.
Wasn't tired enough.
Wasn't tight enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cannot say that for the reactors.
He wants me up because he's hyper now.
How about make Nina also out?
Thanks, Jen.
Oh, this is when it happened. He wanted to make Nina a mod. At this time, Nina wasn't a mod. Chantal did not want to make Nina a mod. He wanted her as a mod, not Foodie.
Nina will be next in line. Nina can be next in line
Do you want Nina?
when I go to add. Why are you just adding mods to my channel? No offense, Nina.
We don't need more mods right now. I just find that I have a lot of mods.
What a lot of mods. You have a lot of people.
No.
Phil and Tracy also.
Oh, the only ones that are in the chat, yeah.
Was married. This came now. Phil and Tracy.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that many mods. And?
Oh, he's getting yelled at right now. She muted it.
Yeah, whenever you say so. Okay, babe, I don't think I can stay awake anymore.
I like you. The battery is only one.
You lied to me? I knew it. It's not funny. Now we should be saving it. Did you really lie? Did you really lie? It's not funny.
God, he is so high. I don't know what he just took, but he's high. Good Lord.
Look what I have to deal with. I'm looking for something to throw.
Sorry, babe. Now you cannot sleep.
Why don't you want me to sleep? I'm tired.
Jeez, he's high. What the hell was he taking over there in Syria to get this giggly? What the hell was it? What are they taking over there in Syria to cause all that? He got the hyena laugh.
I think he's trolling.
No. I'm honest now.
Thanks, Nicole.
The battery only like one level. That's looking. Why are you quiet?
Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth about the battery. Okay, I gotta go. Look at me, I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Tracy cares about I look tired, I'm tired. And you're keeping
Like that moment when you get somebody high, and then you have that other moment when you realize afterwards that was a mistake. Like you give somebody something to get high, and then they get too high and they start to annoy you, and then you're like, that was a mistake, giving them whatever it was that you gave them. And now that they're high, you can't stop them from being high. And I'm sure that's how he felt with you half the time, Foodie.
me awake against my will.
Go away, Tracy.
It's
No,
your teardrop.
she looks fine. Not sleepy.
Okay, guys.
Salah, I didn't hurt like her.
Okay. No. 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 No.
That was creepy. That was creepy.
Stop it, Alice. You're annoying.
We'll lick you up.
No, get out of here. Go. Wow. Okay, I'm hitting the X. Good night. Good night.
You want to hit the hay?
Yeah. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Okay, that was a video by Barbecue Chillin'. And I think I'll end it here because I got a couple of things I need to do. But y'all have been fantastic today. So I'm going to go and hang out with the queen because she's taking a nap and she needs to know that I'm still here. So y'all take care today and have a good one. I'm going to leave you with a nice song. Bye. Bye.